Anime, this is Miss Satterley. I'm going to show you guys what the bone book is going to look like. So I just got finished making a PowerPoint for it. So I'm going to walk you through that. So here's the bone book itself. Nothing too fancy, but what I did is I took pictures of the slides or the papers that you would get if we were actually handing out paper versions of this. So I just digitized it. Each view, okay, we have numbers. So lateral view is 1 through 25. All of the skulls actually have 25 structures. Now you're going to see the same structure on the different pictures or different views because you're just looking at the structures a different way. You're not actually looking at new ones. So I don't want you to get discouraged if you have mandible 5 times on your list because it could be on other places. Skull, there are different views with it, and you can see it is color coded, and the colors are actually the bones of the skull and facial bones. They all have a different color for it. On the first one, I do have, if it's a bone, a lot of the other things are called bone markers, and I have an assignment where you need to look up what some different terms that we'll run into, what they mean. Now, for each of these, I'm actually going to have a video where I'm going to point out these structures on the actual skull or bones themselves, but this is just for us to, I posted it so we have this, so it's ready to go. After that, after the skull, I have all of the different bones. I tried to put it in some sort of order. We start with the mandible, and then we go down the body, and the clavicle, and then the vertebra. On some of these, you're going to see off to the side, I have A, B, and C, and that's going to correspond to the pictures on the slides themselves. So A is the cervical vertebrae, and then B is thoracic, C is lumbar. So I did put some things on this. Rib cage is next, then scapula, humerus. We have an A and a B for that. The pelvis, I want to point out, I have 3 slides that have pelvis on them. First one is just the entire pelvis itself, including the sacrum. And then the next 2 are the coxa, which are the 2 sides of the pelvis itself. Again, I have the A, B, and C, and that's because the pelvis is made of 3 different bones, to the ilium, ischium, and pubis. The lateral view and the medial view are going to have some of the similar structures. They'll just be flip-flopped, but there are some specific structures that you'll only see on one side or the other. And the sacrum and the coccyx are together, and that's labeled. And then we end with the leg, tibia and fibula, and the foot. So that is what the bone book looks like. You can see all the pictures have numbers on them. Try to make sure everything's clear. If you have questions on it, of course, ask. So this is what's going to actually be posted with the bone book itself. It is going to be called Bone Book Structures. I put a note here about please use the space under each structure to complete your bone book, accidentally deleting or adding numbers. I actually set it up to where it won't automatically change the numbering. So I do have all of the numbers set up for all of the views. They go in the same order with your bone book. So as we're going through this, everything is right in front of you. And once we fill it out, you can reference it back and forth. So this is what we're going to spend time doing the next few days. A practical will be sometime after Thanksgiving break. I want to make sure you guys have enough time to learn all the bones, to have some time to actually look at the bones in class if you're in person. If we wear gloves, we'll be able to handle the bones once we learn all the structures. There are a couple things that I do want to point out before I stop this video, and that has to do with you're going to see holes on these. So 14 is a type of hole. Those are called foramens. So you're going to learn that a foramen is a hole. So whenever you see that on any of the structures, you're going to know that part of the name is going to have the word foramen in it. There's also what's called tuberosities. Tuberosities appear as rough surfaces on the bones, and that's where muscles are actually going to attach, and that's how we get that structure on the bone itself. The humerus has one, so 9 is actually the deltoid tuberosity, and that's where the deltoid attaches, and there's other things. So we're going to learn those as well. And that's going to be an assignment that I'm posting after this, that I just want you guys to look up some keywords so you know what they mean. So when we come across them. Okay, that's it for the video. Again, I have this posted. I'll have the bone book posted, bone structures posted. If you were at school today, I did give some of you a textbook. And if you didn't get one from me, please remind me to give one to you tomorrow. If you're at home, you don't need a textbook. It's just a reference that you can use if you guys want to get started with going over some of these structures. All right, I'm done. If you have any questions, please let me know.